In today's video, I'm going to share with you about IVF diet and fertility superfood. Why do you need IVF diet? Is because the food that you put into your body will affect your health and also your hormone level, hence affect the success rate of IVF. So stay with me until the end of this video. I'll show you how's my meal like during my IVF cycle. Hey everyone, it's Selena here, where I would like to help you in your IVF journey, and as we go along, we may also be improving your fertility, and with that, hopefully you may not be needing IVF in the end. I did my first IVF when I was 33 and second IVF when I was 35. In between, I went for some rectification surgeries, and I took the time to improve my health and well-being through food and also meditation to allow myself to be prepared for IVF and to be able to carry the pregnancy. The basic about IVF diet is high protein, low carbs and a lot of vegetables. Another similar diet is called the Mediterranean diet, which focuses on vegetables, whole grains, fish, healthy fats like avocado, olive oil, and nuts too. Food should triumph over supplement. Nutrient from real food is always better than supplement. In order to get the nutrient from supplements, you need to consume a lot of pills. So it's always better to take your nutrients from the real food itself. Food is a component to manage brain health. It's also part of the stress management. Don't you realize you get angry easily when you're hungry? That's the term hangry, angry and hungry. And mental well-being is a very important part of IVF success factors. So don't let yourself get hungry or skip a meal, because the nutrients that gets into your body needs to be sent to various parts of your body to keep them healthy and to create good hormone levels for your fertility. Angry or stress hormones are not good for fertility. It will block certain nutrients to reach your reproductive organs, as more nutrients will be sent to regulate your bad hormone levels. When talking about IVF, conceiving, ovulation and pregnancy, it's not only food that you are looking into. You can consume all these nutrients, but if you are stressed, then it is not serving you. You need to look into the whole holistic approach of mindfulness, eating and meditation. Reduce the stress in your life and listen to your body. Acknowledge how your energy is after each meal. Are you cranky? Are you feeling recharged? Are you eating too much sugar? Are you eating too much carbs? Your body responds to how you eat. As your diet shifts, less sugar and less processed food, you realize you are more energized and less tired. The best thing about learning food now is that there's not much difference between pre-pregnancy and pregnancy. I also follow a strict regulation of Chinese medicine belief of no cold drinks, no raw vegetables and no cold sushis, because it may disrupt the digestion system and also it may slow down the absorption of nutrients. Good food will help you to stay pregnant because you need those nutrients to create the hormones of your baby. So basically, the healthy parameters that we should follow for IVF Perfect diet is: eat food that's high in folic acid. Those are like green leafy vegetables, high fiber and whole grain fruit because they have lower and slower effects on blood sugar, and good sources of unsaturated fats like avocado and olive oil, and avoid trans fat like processed food, donuts and chips, alright, and use more unsaturated vegetable oils like olive oil. Other than this, I have also emphasized 6 other superfood into my diet. They are eggs, avocado, bone broth soup, protein powder, organic powders, rose tea. So I've just got a few things from the market because IVF fertility superfood. I'll show you those food that I consume, like the eggs, protein powders, the rose tea, the bone broth soup, the types of soup that I consume, and what else? These are the protein powders and organic powders that I make for my breakfast before my eggs of the day. So I'll take almond powder, some black bean powders, soy drink protein, 5 green powder to increase my green intakes, beetroot for my thalassemia issues, sesame seeds, chia seeds and some collagen because I want to look pretty. So these are the powders that I will mix them together and I'll put them in this little container. It will last me like for 1 to 2 weeks. Alright, so this actually makes my morning breakfast faster whenever I need them, because I don't have to open like 8 to 10 cans of what I need. I just have to do this like once a week or twice in a month.
First meal of the day, I will start it with 5 eggs in the morning. I know it's difficult to take like 5 eggs in the morning. It's easy for me like the first day, second day, but the third day is really tough. So what I do is I'll eat like 2 eggs in the morning or 3 eggs in the afternoon, and sometimes I'll lessen the egg to like 3 eggs per day. But this only happens like 10 days in your IVF cycle. My breakfast after my protein drink in the morning. The nutrition in eggs really very beneficial for you in your fertility journey, and you only need to take this in that 10 days of IVF injections. Take eggs, like I can finish easily 20 eggs in a week during my IVF, but before IVF I will take like 10 eggs in a week.
You should be eating your way into improving your health for fertility. You should be eating in the fertility mode where you are improving your health for IVF and not the usual everyday mode. That's what IVF is all about. It's not about one egg or one IVF. It's about mass produce of eggs in one IVF. You should always look at the bigger picture. Try to visualize that you will be able to send all the nutrients to all your beautiful eggs in your body, and all those beautiful eggs will turn into your beautiful embryos with good quality. Knowing about IVF is like building a house. It's like building brick by brick of the house. So the more you know about IVF, the better you'll feel about the whole journey of IVF itself. So don't be afraid. You'll be fine. So let's go and find out right now what I'll have for lunch. It's about a lot of vegetables for my IVF cycle. So here I am at this restaurant right now where I'll be having my lunch today. I'm actually in this vegetarian restaurant. This is where I'll be having my lunchtime most of the days during my IVF cycle, so that it ensures that I will be able to put in a lot of vegetables, different variety of vegetables inside my body. Cooking will be in my last thing to do during my IVF cycle, because I do not want to be spending too much energy consumed in cooking and cutting and tidying up, because during that time I'll be very tired and slightly pressed and emotional because of the drugs that was put into my body. During IVF, I'll still be working. Maybe 50% of the time I'll be at home or work slowly, and 50% of the time I'll be outside. So I need to reserve my energy for the drugs and for be able to deal with myself calmly during the procedure itself. During IVF, the only time I'll be at the kitchen is when I'm making my breakfast, which are the eggs and the protein, and my bone broth soup at night, which I will show you and share with you the next one. During IVF, the only thing that I will not consume outside will be my bone broth. You can only get the best soup that you cook yourself, the best bone broth that you cook yourself at home with all the 100% natural, good quality ingredient and essence inside. You will not get soup, this kind of soup from outside, because all the soups outside are mostly diluted and they are not made from the best ingredients. This is what I'm eating. This is called lei cha in Chinese, and in English it's actually called thunder rice. Direct translation, you see all of the vegetables that we have in this meal is all the healthy vegetables like chickpeas, which are a good source of protein. You have carrots, you have tofu and tempeh, you have a lot of greens here, and the best thing too is that they have this bowl of soup here, which is actually the main reason that I'll come here for strength, because this bowl of soup has a lot of nutrients inside and it's a lot of antioxidant. While I'm on my IVF cycle, I will not finish this bowl of soup because it is slightly detoxic. But if I'm not on my IVF cycle, I'll finish the whole soup itself. The food here, even though it's vegetarian, but the food here is really yummy. You know, it doesn't make me lose appetite of just eating vegetables. Actually, I'm okay with just plain vegetables, but the vegetarian food here is also quite tasty. And it doesn't even kill off the nutrition of the food itself. It is not too much oil. It is cooked in a very healthy way. And the thing about this is that when I eat this for myself, I will also buy one for my husband, bring back for him, tapao for him, because fertility IVF is not just about me. 50% is from me and 50% is from my husband. So I will need to take care of my husband's health as well and encourage him to eat healthily. So I actually tap out this for my husband, as you can see. I'll bring this back, same one for him. For soup, this is one of the easiest soup I'll show you. ABC soup, I think every household knows how to make this soup.
You can just replace it with, if you don't eat pork, you can put chicken and a carrot, corns, tomato, russet potatoes, some wolfberries, and some red dates, and some scallops, Chinese scallops here, dry scallops for the soup if you want. And you can also add some anchovies for taste, makes the soup sweeter. Wash your pork thoroughly. Next, blanch your pork and meat. Let's put them all in. So a lot of people ask me, how do I still keep myself healthy? How do I have time to make soup and everything? And while I'm still working full time, and I have to do meditation and acupuncture and working at the same time, so I try to make my meals and cooking as simple as possible. So this is how I do it for making my bone broth, because I need to make this so often, like 3-4 times a week, to improve my health. So with my pork, which I've pre-boiled and rinsed off the dirt and scrums, and these are all my ingredients for my soup. So what I do is that I will just put them all in uncut, because it saves my time from cutting. And I'm gonna boil them for like 8 hours, 10 hours, so I don't really need to cut them all. By the time I need to drink, it's all softened, and I can just scoop those things out that I want to eat. And the most important thing in my soup are the essence of all the ingredients that I'm putting here. So these are actually really good for improving your health. It is full of acid amino and a lot of vitamins and nutrients here. Then a half liter of water. Okay, so there you go. And a half liter of water, put it in and boil it and let it boil, and you can drink it the next day and wake up in the morning, or before you go to work, or after you come back from work, depends on when you boil the soup. If you see, I don't like to spend time on cuttings and stuff like that, because when I put everything in the pot for 12 hours, everything will get soft, and you can easily just scoop in. It's cut by a spoon. Why do you need to cut them, alright? I'm not trying to work in a restaurant. I'm not trying to serve it to the customer. I'm serving it to myself. And I have teeth. God gave me teeth to eat food. Alright? This is how I try to spend my time wisely, do as much things as I can in a short time frame, so that I do more things that I can do a lot of things for myself and for my work and for my family. Alright? So I don't need to delicately cut vegetables. I can just cut them easily after they are boiled, and it's easier to cut compared to you put it on a chopping board and cut it with a knife. You can easily just cut it and eat it. Okay? I also want to introduce to you another thing, which is avocado. Avocado, there's 2 ways you can eat this. You can either eat this with seaweed, or you can blend them. So I'm going to show you 2 ways of how I have avocados. So we can just wrap them in like this, okay, and eat it. This is really good. Wonderful. So another half of the avocados, I will eat it and blend them in a drink. I'll have whatever chocolate that I can find in the fridge just to finish them off. Put a bit of milk and some water, and I'll just blend and drink them. Bon appetit! Avocado has very good fats and is the most important nutrients for your fertility system. Fertility system needs good fats in your body, and it contains folate and potassium, so don't skip this nutrient. Yes, don't think because it's fattening, I cannot eat too much. Well, when during IVF treatment itself, I have one almost every 2 days. So 1 week I can have like 3-4 avocados. But before fertility system, I will have at least 2. When I was preparing for IVF, I'll have at least 2 in a week. It's very expensive, but it's really very good for your reproductive system. So if you are preparing for fertility or IVF treatment, remember to include avocado in your diet. Some rose tea. So the last one is actually the rose teas. So you can see, makes you feel calm. It sometimes makes you feel like life is beautiful because rose itself is so beautiful. So you can drink this pot for the whole day, morning to night is okay. How much you like to consume is fine. I consume it when I come back from work or during weekends. I'll drink it for the whole day. It really makes me feel more better and relaxing. Try it. It's very good and it is full of vitamin C as well. I hope my sharing about IVF Perfect Diet and Fertility Superfood helps you. If you like my video today, please click like, comment and subscribe to my channel.